Join us as we journey through pixels and lore. From self-growth tips to world events galore. Gaming discussions, nothing's off the table. Grab your controller, we're ready and able. It's a wild ride, no need to stable. Welcome to the Nutty, where minds intertwine. Unraveling theories with laughter and kind. From gaming to growth, we keep it real. So tune in right now, let's start the reveal. Peanut and Skip, we're here to stay. Join us on this ride, come laugh today. It's the Nutty Podcast, pull up a seat. Peanut and Skip, Star Hopper, bringing that heat. We're diving deep in the games we play. Conspiracies lurking every single day. Talking about life now, ain't that neat? Welcome to the Nutty, where minds intertwine. Unraveling theories with laughter and kind. From gaming to growth, we keep it real. So tune in right now, let's start the reveal. Join us as we journey through pixels and lore. From self-growth tips to world events galore. Gaming discussions, nothing's off the table. Grab your controller, we're ready and able. It's a wild ride, no need to stable. Welcome to the Nutty, where minds intertwine. Unraveling theories with laughter and kind. From gaming to growth, we keep it real. So tune in right now, let's start the reveal. Peanut and Skip, we're here to stay. Join us on this ride, come laugh today. It's the Nutty Podcast, pull up a seat. Peanut and Skip, Star Hopper, bringing that heat. We're diving deep in the games we play. Conspiracies lurking every single day. Talking about life now, ain't that neat? Welcome to the Nutty, where minds intertwine. Unraveling theories with laughter and kind. From gaming to growth, we keep it real. So tune in right now, let's start the reveal. Join us as we journey through.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of the Nutty Podcast. I'm joined here by my co-host Skip Starhopper. And guys, it's almost there, basically. That's close enough. Like mine, I just left it right off the screen. What's up, Ed? How you doing? Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're also doing a giveaway today. Gonna be doing a giveaway a couple times in the middle of the stream. when I do have it going, it will be exclamation point giveaway. Anybody can join on it. But for right now, start the show. There you go. Skip, is he on the phone? I don't think so. He's saying if you're on the phone. Really? Let me see. Can't hear him. Oh, you know what? I know what I did. I know what I did. Let me see. Where's my audio? I know. There you go.
Hello?
There you go. I accidentally muted the wrong mic.
There we go. Yep, now I can hear me. It sounds really low for some reason.
Really?
Hey, Ed. I said hey before, but Peanut's trying to silence the star of the show.
Let's see.
Oh, everything's broken. Hold on.
No, that's me. That's me. Trying to fix how your color reduction looks.
I can adjust it on my end, too.
There you go. How's everybody doing today? Hope
I
everybody's
do be
doing
looking
well.
awfully bright. All right, there we go. Looks pretty decent.
But welcome, guys. Welcome. This is the Nutty Podcast, accompanied by Skip Star Offer.
Yo, yo, yo. How is everybody doing tonight?
Hope everybody's doing well. We're going to be touching on a couple different subjects. A couple subjects that I've always been into is retro gaming. That's why the retro feel of the Nutty Podcast. Some of the giveaways that we're doing today is going to be based around retro games. So I'm going to have a couple retro games as giveaways on Steam. So guys, be looking out for that because I will be turning them on pretty random in the middle of the stream. It's going to have a 5-minute timer. And when it goes on, you guys do have to exclamation point giveaway to enter the actual giveaway. But remember, guys, you do have to be a follower of the stream to enter the giveaway.
Are you using Nightbot or using the Twitch giveaways?
Streamlabs.
Okay, Streamlabs, yeah. Because it took me a minute when I did my first giveaway to kind of figure out which one worked best and how to set it up the easiest. I think Nightbot might be a bit easier, but they're all kind of the same. So if anyone's looking to do giveaways on their streams or whatever, they're pretty much all the same.
Oh yeah.
You can actually get widgets though, because I was looking on Etsy when I was redoing my whole stream setup, and like there's straight up widgets that you can personalize and put on your stuff. So if that's the route you want to go, cool. They're usually a couple bucks. They're not super expensive. I think to redo my whole setup, I think I spent maybe like $40 just on like transitions, backgrounds, some widgets, things like that. But I mean, I could have used, because I do have Photoshop that has some of the AI stuff to it where I put in a prompt. Usually if I use the AI, I'll do the prompt and then I edit it myself. That way it's not 100% AI and I actually put something into it. So it's not just a lifeless husk where people think I'm just cool, I just do this for the money. But
talking about AI, bro.
Yeah, speaking of AI, and in this segue, because I told Peanut about this like 20 minutes ago, we were playing Hunt, and just quick discussing topic. The latest trend on all the social media platforms, and it's one of my favorite trends that's happened, because there's been a lot of brain rot, right? There's like the Italian brain rot that was going on. There's a few other things, but this one I get behind. I don't know why, but I love AI Sasquatch, and there's something about it that just tickles me in the perfect way. the It's when Sasquatch meets Yeti or meets the alien in the woods or is running from ice agents, which I think is very funny. But there is a dark side to the AI humor because AI just goes off of, the information that's available to it. So some of those jokes can get pretty dark pretty fast. So, take it in moderation. But on the lighter side, one of my other favorites is the cat Olympics and dog Olympics. And it's the high dive for cats, and it's so funny.
Yeah,
I don't
especially
know
a
if you.
lot of the stuff that's going on with this AI. Like when people are remaking videos with the little babies, like it looks hilarious. There's so many random videos that keep coming out. AI is just it's built everywhere, and it's crazy how much of it's coming out in the world. Like even so, let's say this: the Nutty podcast, the studio that's created this image and everything. I did design with AI. I did have assistance. I went through so many different transitions, so I got something that I liked. Then I edited a little bit so we can be here looking like we're in the studio. Would have been cool if the whole body would be like actually looking like we're sitting down, but that's way too hard to do. But
Yeah.
other than that, just adding all this different AI styles, even the songs that we have, my intro song and the intro song to the Nutty podcast, built through AI, and
all the music, all the music in my stream is AI.
it's
We
different
use the
features
same
that we've
app.
been finding. It's crazy. This app called Donna. I accidentally ran into this app, and since I came out with Donna, I showed it over to Skip, and it's been insane. Some of the songs it comes up with, some songs are terrible. You can tell it's AI. It'll start like jittering, but some songs come out like bangers.
There was one that I had made, and it was when I first started playing around with it, and I had to delete it because when you do the song through Donna, it'll give you the song, and then at the bottom it gives you the lyrics so you can read through it. And of course, I read through it that way it doesn't say anything that might be a little risque. And so I was like, okay, would it be kind of funny? Different genres of music. Like I could do a radio station, like an intergalactic radio station, right? Because my whole theme is space, the Star Hopper Federation, that thing. And it was like, okay, would it be funny? Like a country station in space. Okay, what would you have, right? And I had a couple of them that were really funny. One of them I was just like, I'm just gonna put this prompt in, and it was space walking away from you. And of course, immediately it was a female voice. It was a breakup song. It was really funny, right? Then there was one. It was I think it was I put the alien farmer's daughter, right? And it was going through the song, and I read through it. There's nothing bad in it, and for some reason, it added the term, and I'm not going to say what the whole thing was because it made it sound incredibly racist. For some reason, it added the words black music at a certain line. I'm like, cool. Nope. Good thing I'd listened to this. I know it. It was weird because sometimes it'll put down lyrics and then it's just not the thing that it says. I'm like, uh-huh. So you definitely got to be careful with AI, but AI is just a tool. It can only do so much, and then when it tries to fill in the blanks, it can go pretty haywire. But I mean, some of them, like, they make no sense in the context I give them because how could it? It's this imaginary. It's now labeled the Star Hopper verse, or even I might just short it down to the Hopper verse because now I have these songs that are giving lore that never existed, and it's like, okay, cool, well, this is just going to be a thing now. And there's a song for Peanut, there's a song for Day Night Duo, there's a song for Eggy. And it's funny because Eggy's song goes hard as shit, and I'm like, this song didn't need to go that hard, but it's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because there's so many random songs. Like I was showing Skip and everybody like different songs I was coming out with, especially for the Nutty podcast when I was first thinking about launching this. And some of the songs just they got really interesting. You can choose the certain
Mhm.
genre you want. You can choose like you can give it a mini script and it'll come up with something. But sometimes the stuff it comes up with is kind of weird. So for the song for the Nutty podcast, And even for the intro to my stream, they both somehow involve day night in there. It doesn't say day night duo, but what I noticed on the lyrics, it says something about going day and night. So I'm like, huh. It probably catches on to some of the stuff that we do or talk
I'll be
about.
catching that we're fucking day and night. Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's
Yeah,
probably
if
gonna
you
throw
ain't
in like a
fucking
lyric
homies.
about Mel or something. Like, hey, you're fucking Mel. I'm like, wait, what? I didn't know I'm doing that.
How did it know? It's Big Brother. They're watching.
Yeah, just some of the stuff, it goes hard. Sometimes it's a little questionable, especially like
Mhm.
the whole background that I designed was through ChatGPT. I went through a lot of trial and error till I finally got something. I'm like, you know what? This looks decent. This looks something that I can work with. Excuse me, something that I can work around, try making it so we're looking like we're sitting at a proper table. The other one kind of looked like I was kind of going for a Howard Stern like type of vibe, but I wasn't able to
Okay.
get just what I wanted. So I'm like, you know what? I do a lot of neon stuff for that retro feel, like that Miami Vice type of feel, because I've been doing a
Hmm.
lot of that in a lot of my gaming, a lot of my designs. I'm like, you know what? Let's keep it with that Miami Vice type of style. So I always go back to kind of like Vice City. That's kind of where this inspiration's at. That's why the neon lights with the pink and the blue.
Have you thought about, because you know how like certain days we like, I'm just going to use day night for example. They have like, was it Muscle Monday? Have you thought about doing like the Nutty 90s for like a day? That way it's like, it's retro. It's some of the old like 2-bit pixel games. Because I know you've been playing the modded Pokemon with like Dragon Ball characters and stuff, and I've seen you play different retro games too.
Now, so the
Um,
retro games is just that's my life, like what I grew up on, and I always go back on every once in a while. And I have been thinking about doing like a retro night to where I can be playing, let's say, side scrollers, which is part of the giveaway. Some of the games I'm gonna be giving out, they're gonna be side scrollers. Like old school games that I've been into would be like Contra, um, Ninja Turtles, uh,
mm,
Streets of Rage. Like there's a lot of different games out there that people don't really play. Double Dragon. They
oh my
made
god,
new.
dude, Double Dragon. I had Double Dragon for the Super Nintendo. I fucking love that game.
That game was amazing. That game, like I would love playing. I'd be playing that with my brother. I have two older brothers. One of them just happened to be so half naked women.
Now it's the Nutty Cat podcast.
we,
Look at how cute he is.
we
Hello.
got a guest host in here.
He's a little baby. Yep, there goes my one light.
Yeah, but that's one thing that I've always gone back to, and just it's always fun to me. Just reminiscing of me as a child, growing up with my two older brothers, them playing either Sega Genesis, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Eventually, me with the Dreamcast, and they modified the Dreamcast so I can play all the retro. And I never
Yeah.
had a Game Boy Color or Game Boy, but I had the Game Boy SP, which I skipped the color, even the advance, and I had all the color games and the regular GameCube games. I mean, sorry, Game Boy games on this special disc where I had all the ROMs, so I would play it straight off of my Dreamcast, and it's just playing those. That's how I got the feel. Like people are like, "Hey, can you trade me Pokemon?" I'm like, I can't, bro. I
No,
can't.
not Pokemon.
I can't trade you my Lugia for your hoe. Like, it's not gonna work. I got my Dreamcast.
Yeah, no. And besides, a Lugia, Lugia is like an end game Pokemon, anyways.
Yeah, like all
That was
those
always
certain.
funny.
Hmm?
The people that would always try to like totally screw you over with a trade, like, no, this is a great Pokemon. Da, 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 da. It's like, well, no, I want this one. I had a few of those growing up,
Like, I have this
but I
rare
was also,
Sudowoodo.
yeah. So half naked women, then? What are you talking about, Ed? Hi, Eggy. How are you?
Like, yeah, how you doing?
What were we talking about that would relate to half naked women as Ed's referring to?
I think the Miami Vice stuff.
Oh, okay. That would make sense.
Hmm.
Also, if you are listening to this or watching this later, we are doing this live on Twitch, so feel free to join every other Sunday on Twitch. 9:30 Pacific Standard Time.
Yep, today happens to be the 29th of June. Next one should be coming up pretty soon. Next one should be, I'll tell you right now. If I can get my calendar right, it's
The
gonna be,
13th.
is it? Yes, it is on the 13th, Sunday the
Yep.
13th July. But guys, from everything that we've been talking about so far, AI, retro, like there's been a lot of different things that has made a huge impact, a huge change in our lives, especially like for me growing up. AI didn't exist. All these cell phones that we have now never existed. We always
Well,
had
here's the thing. I think AI, it's not true AI, but like growing up, because we're big gamers, right?
Mhm.
It's there was program enough for like video games to have their NPCs, their minions of the villain to be able to kind of discern where you are and what to do when they see you. Not it's and I understand it's not true AI, but I feel like that was more the beginning because they needed somewhere to start, and what better way to start than in video games? You need to have these entities be able to create a challenge and do certain things. Now, they weren't great by any means in like the 90s. I'm like Donkey Kong 64. I mean, they threw like coconuts at you or something. It was a one trick pony, right? And that's simple enough. It's just once you're in line of sight within a certain range, they would throw stuff at you. But as things progress, like Call of Duty, it'd be like, oh, they can randomly throw a grenade. Now, if that's RNG, that's understandable. But again, it's a starting place for the AI. So it's not like we weren't used to having some sort of computer controlled entity in games. Like we grew up with that. It's just now they're making it so that these entities can think. I think I froze. Oh, no, there I go.
No, but
I'm on a
from
delay, so I'm watching.
yeah, from what you're talking about, I honestly feel yes, there was a certain version of if you do a certain act, you get a certain repercussion from. But I
Hmm.
think it was all done by the basic brain power of someone who was smart enough to go with these adaptations back before with certain games. With Call of Duty, it got more modernized, especially with updates. When you're on the Xbox and the PlayStation 3, you actually had live updates that you can get. Prior to that, you wouldn't get live updates. Everything
Yeah.
would be straight to the game that, and you would have a DLC disc. So every update had to be actually modified by a creator. But nowadays, that thing that they have is adapted to whatever they see coming out versus what
Yeah.
we had back in the day. Like I was saying, phones, we never had phones like this before. Before, when I was young, we had flip phones. I had a flip phone when I was in middle school,
Hmm.
actually. And eventually we moved on to, hey, everybody has an iPhone. iPhone's supposedly the leader in the world when I'm sorry to say, but Samsung actually makes a lot of the stuff for Apple, if people aren't aware. And yes,
Yeah,
I am
but
a
none of them are
Samsung
as
guy.
good as a Nokia phone. The Nokia phones you can use as brake pads.
Yeah, Nokia you
Have
can
you
use
seen
for a
that
lot of stuff.
video?
I haven't seen that video.
Dude, it stops on a dime.
That's funny. We're gonna put that
It's
video on the next stream.
ridiculous. I've because they I mean it completely destroyed the phones, but like still it still worked as brake pads. But
Not
yeah,
bad.
it's the newer technology with the newer AI. Yeah, it's funny to a point, but it is scary to think about because like I have friends that range from like 22 all the ways up to almost 40, right? And like we laugh at the Sasquatch AI, right? But like we'll talk about, yeah, it's kind of scary when it's like, okay, well, AI knows what I'm doing at like all times. And like, yeah, granted, you could be doing nothing wrong, but it's still kind of creepy to have somebody know everything about you, whether or not it's a real person or this electronic entity. But it's AI is going to be what people make it. And just from the videos that are being made right now using AI, it's all brain rot. It's all goofy. Or there's the guys who figure out how to make an AI model and start their OnlyFans and just have this AI model trick people into paying cash for a subscription to someone who doesn't even exist. Mind you, it's a I'm not going to talk bad about OF models. It's a very very dark business is all I'll say about it. But if you need to do what you need to do to get by, but when you're using all this AI to hurt people, and I say hurt people in the sense of take their money, right? It only escalates from there. AI is learning. And I mean, it might come to, the Matrix where AI's like, hey, well, let's enslave the human race. Or it could be Terminator and it's just like, cool, let's just kill all humans.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say
know what's
first
going
it's
to
gonna go
happen.
through the Terminator. It's gonna go with uh why was I about to say Laura Croft? It's gonna go through Sarah Connor.
Yeah, Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor is gonna be going through this whole thing where that wasn't a movie. It's gonna happen in real life if people keep going this stupid way. But they're trying to build robots for AI intelligence, which
Mhm.
you know, as a male, some of the stuff they start thinking, and this questions are brought about, and they make videos to make fun of this,
Mm.
where they're like, "Oh yeah, we got this new robot. It can do this. It's adaptive." Then someone in the crowd, where they make the video, "Can you fuck it?
Yeah,
What?
I knew that's where you're going with this
Can you
line of
fuck it?"
words.
like, like
Listen,
people
I'm
get in
not
some
going to
weird
yuck
shit.
anyone's yum, right? I know there's a lot of people that have the mind frame of any hole is a goal, right? But have some self respect. Listen, if you, I don't care if you're gay, straight, bi, whatever. Like, by all means, if you have a connection with someone and a meaningful relationship, by all means, that's that's real. If you're making robots to simply have intercourse with you, there's something mentally wrong with you, right? It's you can't connect with people in a meaningful way, so you have to manufacture it. It's those people need help, right? And it's funny to make jokes about it, but there's people out there that are taking that seriously. And again, I don't want to yuck anyone's yum, but like, come on. It's it's weird. Like, I know there's dolls already, and that's creepy. That's like you might as well just have a corpse there, right? It doesn't move, it doesn't do anything, and people feel like it's alive. It's like the My Strange Addiction where the guy marries his like I forget what card it is. I want to say it's a Miata, but I think I'm wrong. But it's just like you need help. Your brother. It's so odd. I think realistically it just needs to be studied. I think at this point, if they do make robot partners, they're using the AI to collect data, and it's just like cool. Let's study these weirdos that are banging machines, and we'll just see if we can cure it. I don't know. Like
Well,
maybe it'll be like shock therapy. You stick an appendage in there, you get shocked, and like no, it's it wouldn't be Pavlov's dog, Pavlov's pervert.
well, if
But
you've seen that
it'd be
episode of Futurama, there's an episode where supposedly you order this robot and you can download whatever famous person you want, and they'll turn into that person. It can be something
is
like that
that
in the future.
is
Hmm.
that old Futurama or new Futurama?
Older Futurama.
Okay, I don't remember it. It sounds familiar,
There's an episode where
but
he got
it's
what's her name?
oh
Female Asian
one of
actor
yeah. It's
Lucy
one of
Liu.
the Charlie's Angels.
Lucy
Cindy,
Liu.
no, not Cindy Lou.
Yeah, it's
Cindy Lou who?
Lucy Liu. So he downloads
Lucy
Lucy
Lou.
Liu,
Yeah,
and
I do
he
remember
has
that
this
now.
whole relationship with Lucy Liu. There's also one where Bender's with Amy, and they call it
Yeah,
Robotica or something like that. There's a bunch
yeah.
of weird stuff, and who knows, that might be the future one day, and that's how
But
civilization is gonna die.
but that's the thing. If Futurama was satire, it well, no, it wasn't even satire. It was just comedy.
Hmm.
I mean, yes, it's bad enough that we were heading towards idiocracy, but now we're heading towards Futurama relationship bots.
Yep.
It's it's quite disheartening. But like I know this is going to make us sound like boomers, but it's just like knock it off. Kids, knock it off. Get rid of your vapes. It only leads to sucking robot peen, all right? It's
Whoa,
the
whoa, whoa,
gateway
whoa,
drug
whoa.
to sex bots.
I got my vape right here.
Hey man, listen, you stop sucking that robo ween.
All right, guys. I just started the first giveaway, exclamation point giveaway, and enter the giveaway, guys. It's gonna be for a retro game. Remember, you do have to be a follower of the stream to enter the giveaway, exclamation point giveaway in the chat, guys.
And if you are watching this later on YouTube, make sure to check us out on Twitch every other Sunday, and you could win a game yourself.
And guys, don't hit exclamation point giveaway in the YouTube chat. That won't work.
Yes, the giveaway will only be on Twitch. Are you streaming to YouTube right now, or just Twitch?
Just Twitch right now. I didn't want any errors to occur until I figure out what's going on.
Yeah, because we were having a bunch of those errors last time.
Yeah, right now it's running pretty smooth. I'm seeing 0 issues. So guys, remember, you do have 5 minutes. It's at 4 minutes right now. If nobody wants to join the giveaway, looks like nobody's gonna win.
But while the timer is going, and we can still continue, we'll get back in 4 minutes. But yeah, I think all the advances with all this AI technology, at what point are they going to be putting in planes and have it just be autopilot? Like real autopilot? No, it did not work.
What do you mean there's currently no giveaway running?
A Steam raffle has started for viewers. Use exclamation point giveaway to enter the raffle.
Oh,
she used exclamation point giveaway.
No. So what it is, it's my my other bot. Because I see both their names. Guys, I apologize for the second bot telling you there's no giveaway, but there actually is. So everybody who wants to join the giveaway, exclamation point giveaway, you'll be able to enter. But please remember, you have to be a follower to enter the giveaway. I already got Eggy retired fight. No, she's already in it.
Oh, no, I see it. I see it. Yep.
So if anybody does want to join, any of the viewers that are on, exclamation point giveaway, and you'll be entered for the giveaway, guys. But other than that, we'll continue on. There's still 2 minutes and 38 seconds in there.
I meant to do this. Hold on. Stinky. Eggy, you stinky.
But
okay.
Hopefully everybody's doing well. And everybody watching on Twitch, thank you for joining in live. Anybody watching on YouTube, watching any of the videos on TikTok, welcome. If you do want to see the Nutty podcast live every other Sunday on Twitch, on Peanut22, P3A NUT22 is going to be the Twitch channel. Also follow Skip Starhopper, one word, Skip Starhopper. Follow his Twitch channel, YouTube, all socials, guys.
It was funny. I can never remember if it's 1 word or 2 words. Wait, hold on. It might be 2 words. Hold on. I need to check my YouTube. I'm very dumb. Ha! You're wrong. It's 2 words. I'm not dumb. You're the dumb one.
You'll find it, guys. Skip Starhopper.
On my Twitch, it's 1 word for some reason.
But guys, you do have less than 1:30 to join in on the giveaway. If not, it's going to be between Eggy and retired firefighter.
How long do you think it'll be before they just have AI streamers?
Not
like,
long.
I know this isn't really our jobs, but like, still, they're coming to take our jabs.
Yeah, it's going to be the ones who are VTubers are just going to program something. Can you be funny for me?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Because, like, you can still tell it's a person because they do dumb shit and nothing works right. When it's an AI, it's just going to be just, like, soulless, like, everything is done according to its programming.
It's true. 40 seconds, guys.
The AI revolution is a real weird place to be.
It is, and AI is getting included in everything nowadays. They're making ChatGPT a lot stronger with its current AI. The AI that's using, it's also being incorporated on Google, Adobe, Samsung. Pretty sure Siri's getting more upgraded with the ChatGPT AI that everybody's utilizing, even though Apple doesn't like to play nice with others. Um, Everybody's creating their own AI, so it's pretty crazy everything that's going on. Oh, you can no longer enter, guys.
I should make my own AI. I'll make a mommy bot.
Let me see. Now that everybody is in, let's see who's the winner. We only got Eggy and Retired Firefighter that came in. Pick a winner.
Hey, Eggy, congratulations. I don't know what game you won. Peanut didn't tell me.
It's just it's random games. I bought two five
I
packs.
know. I know. You know what's funny? I bought 2 of those packs today. Or it was the summer sale packs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just an AI bot. Just what is it? It's like how is what like Siri, like hey Siri or whatever. Like, hey mommy.
Yes, how may I help you?
Like, what's the temperature in Michigan right now?
Now, currently the temperature in Michigan is 93 degrees. It's so hot.
I'm like, ew, stop it, mommy.
See, and that's what happens when you play with AI. You can make anything, create anything. You can create a whole background for a podcast. You can create a voice that you can automate so you can talk out of it. And it's all generated just with the quickness. It's not even something that takes that long anymore. People don't have to be as creative as they used to be. They can be and get real detail into it. But Nutty Podcast, this background took me, I'd say about 30 tries. And out of 30 tries, I finally got something that I was like, you know what, I could work with this. And I kept modifying
Well-
the same one over and over again until I got it to where I felt it was right.
Well, there's certain things that the AI has trouble with. And I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and she uses like the AI on like at work, but she uses it to find the mistakes in her Excel spreadsheets. For those of you who don't know how to use Excel, there's a lot of formulas. So like you would have to put like blank equals parentheses A23 times B24 uh end parentheses, and then if you want to do more, it's more formulas. So she uses it when a formula isn't working correctly, puts the formula into, I don't know if I think it was Chat GBT, but I'm not 100% sure. Or no, it was one of the assistant bots. I forget which one it was, but it's like, oh, she forgot a comma somewhere, and it caught it and it made it. But when she has used the same assistant for like checking over an email, they changed things where it's like, hey, make this sound more professional. They changed things where it wasn't correct, and like instead of using commas or spaces, they were using dash marks. So it understands what it needs to do, but it still doesn't do the human actions, or it doesn't write in the way a human does.
Mhm.
So I think as far as creativity, AI is very limited just at whatever uh, information it has access to, but it lacks the human ability to create from nothing, right? So I think mechanically AI works good, right? Because they're doing the self-driving cars for Tesla. They're
The Waymo.
your phone has an easy search method. You can literally detect voice and take what you're saying and look for the thing you're looking for. Like, hey, where can I find this food to eat? Where can I go to watch this movie? It can give you A to B function, but it can't go outside those measures in a way that a human can. So I think that's the only saving grace of why a lot of companies have not started implementing more AI.
And speaking about Excel sheets, so when I was at my previous job, there was a Excel sheet I was trying to create. So it's automated for any time that someone selects a certain function, it'll automate it and take it to a different sheet as a ordering sheet. So it was a list of different car parts. Since I used to work for an organization with 13 brands, I had the obsolescence of every single brand at our warehouse. So I created a spreadsheet where I put all the obsolescence per brand on different sheets. As soon as they click it, it automates it says who's the one who did it. It gives their name, their Google address, or whatever address they're using, and it'll kick it over to a different page, and it'll give me a whole order list, and I can just filter. Hey, this person ordered blah blah blah. Here you go. And
Yeah.
that actually I created through ChatGPT. I told it what I want, and it's like, do you want to make more modifications as I'm doing it? Yes. Can you do this? Can you highlight this? Can you do? Can you put a slash to it when it's already done? So a little strike, whatever it might be, and it'll
Mm.
take it off the list and it'll just re-add it onto the ordering page. So AI can do a lot. It's just proper training because you have to keep on giving it more and more info. The more info you feed it, I even took a class on this. The more info you feed it, the easier it's going to be for it to understand versus just being real basic, real vague on what you're talking about. Just
Yeah.
adding all that extra detail actually helps the AI, and it'll keep that knowledge sometimes. But if you haven't
Mhm.
used it in a while, it might forget it because it's trying to learn everything else you're doing. So that's
Yeah.
why with ChatGPT, I've added a lot of different things. I've made some of my logos through there. I've made some of my backgrounds through there. And through AI, I use Donna to make some of the music for me. So it's
Mm.
real helpful in life, especially if, if you don't have all the time in the world, which some people don't. And I've been looking for different people to create stuff for me. Like I've been wanting people to create some actual logos for me, for like animated logos that are moving, stuff like that. I haven't had much time, but that's one thing that I'm doing just while I find someone that I can commission to actually do that for me.
Yeah.
And it's pretty interesting. You don't have to work as hard as you used to, where people have to either draw something out, pencil something out, do it digitally, whatever it might be. This this feature that either you pay a couple bucks or you take the free one will actually do something for you, or at least give you somewhat feedback of what will be a starting point. And
Yeah.
that happens a lot. Even like, let's say when you're writing something, when you're writing a book, you can have it give you feedback on what you're talking about, see if there's any cliff notes. It will actually give you some info.
You know what's really funny? I had an idea for another book. Uh, this was when I first started writing my current book, not the Skippa Sutra, the Prize of Flesh and Glory, and it was an idea of an AI being taught what love is, but getting it confused with like your common romance tropes. And it's just funny to think of like an AI thinking like, oh, a masked man stalking you is normal, and then having the AI bot like stalk somebody, right? It's AI can only understand so much, which is like why you're saying, yeah, the more you teach it, the easier it is, because essentially it's just an artificial brain. So if you're able to discern for your bot, hey, I need you to automate this, but I need you to do it this, and this way, and then add this, and this. That makes sense because you do that with a person, and that works out the same way. They're going to understand what you need and the parameters of how you need it done. But like a person, if you just go, hey, I need you to automate this, they're going to go, uh, sure, and just throw in whatever they can, whatever they understand. So teaching AI is going to be a crucial part of the future. So the people who are supposed to be doing that really need to focus on the important stuff and not the bullshit stuff that most people are worried
Can I
about, right?
fuck it?
Because it's not AI shouldn't be your friend. AI should be a tool that you use. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't have capabilities of being like let's just say like what is it the Megan, right? That movie that came out, it was a doll that was meant to protect a child or something. I have not seen the movie, by the way. I'm just
I
this
haven't
is what
seen
I know
it,
of the movie.
and I had a chance to get free tickets for the second one through Blumhouse.
So like if they made an AI dog that protected children, okay, it's introducing a child to a very common thing, technology, AI, but in a way that shouldn't be scary and actually is protecting them, right? Whether it's, it's just, it has a tracking system in it, so the parents always know where it is. It has like a body cam feature, and if something happens, right? Or all the ways up to it has a gun. I don't know. Like, I would, I don't know how I would feel if I had a AI robot that followed my child around that had a gun to protect it, because AI is still in the early phases. So
So you wouldn't be cool with
who knows?
iRobot or RoboCop?
I listen. A lot of people are going to hate me for this statement. I think RoboCop is boring. I cannot watch those movies. I've tried. I've seen the first one all the ways through. I've seen bits and pieces of the other one. But also that is, a it's a movie based on the first steps of AI and police force. And of course, any system can be hacked and AI. Funny enough, okay, we're going to dive into some Star Wars lore here. In what was it? I believe it's the first movie where it's the droids get taken out. Episode 1, the droids get taken out by destroying one of the Trade Federation ships, right? So in the later movies, I think it's like 2 and 3, they change it to where the bots have like AI systems where they have personalities. They scream and run and stuff. So they can be self sufficient and independent where they don't rely on a ship to generate the information that they need so that an army doesn't get completely decimated by one ship going down. I forget where I learned that from, but it was the nerdiest bit of information I'd ever heard, and for some reason it stuck with me.
Okay. Because in Star Wars, there's a lot of robots that help you in your day-to-day lives, and that's what it should be. Once they do come out with them, it should be something that's a tool, like you were saying, like a hammer, uh, a ruler, something that's going to help you during life,
Yeah.
whatever you're doing, whatever task you're doing. I don't think it should be used as something that's going to be taking over your life, taking over a work feature. Because if you get a lot of defects, it's only going to be as smart as the person who programmed it. If the person who programmed it had evil intentions, we're going to be getting iRobot. We're going to be
Yes.
getting an evil RoboCop.
We're going to be
Terminator.
getting evil kitties.
We're going to be getting Skynet here. And evil cats shooting down at everybody. We're going to be getting some crazy stuff.
Ah, you bitch! Ow! Oh, he got me right in the sunburn. Oh, fuck. Thanks. Thanks for clipping it, Peanut.
You're welcome.
Dickhead. Such a dickhead. It ain't.
Yeah,
Why are you the way that you are? Oh my god, my shoulder fucking is killing me now. Go sneak in. Oh, fuck, dude. My shoulder hurts so fucking bad now.
Yeah. That's
no.
what happens when you go outside, guys. Be careful of the sun.
Yeah,
Because
especially if
AI
you're
won't
a
get a
white
sunburn.
boy. Yeah, especially if you're a white boy who gets paid to play video games. I am pasty white as shit.
And I'm Mexican, and usually I tan good.
Damn sexy Mexicans and their their cocoa skin.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, I don't think AI would ever have a problem with the sun, but other than that, they might have a problem with water. So, who knows? Are you
I don't know.
whiter than
With all
Mayo?
the waterproofing insulation stuff, I don't think robots are going to have much of an issue if they really wanted to.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's some stuff that I'm like, why are
Pretty close,
why are
Ed.
they getting down to this? Cass' new roommate.
Ow. What?
I don't know. Cass just sent a message to his new roommate. But just in general, like everything that's happening with AI, just it's helping people design stuff. It's helping people even create video games nowadays, just so the programming becomes a little bit easier. I know AI is being used even producing like different stuff. Because I know anime, yes, they still draw out a bunch of stuff, but they use AI to help them like convert certain things that they don't want to convert, and it helps. It does help people speed up the process on their everyday lives, but I feel we're gonna be too self-reliant on it to a point to where we're not gonna be wanting to do our jobs. If anybody ever seen the movie, I can't think of the name right now.
Idiocracy.
No, Idiocracy is a good example, but this one's an animated one from Disney. The little robot that's cleaning up the earth,
Oh, Wally. I
Wally.
love Wally.
So we're all gonna be, yeah, we're all gonna be fat slobs chilling on a random spaceship waiting for the earth to be clean because we're too self-reliant on all this AI. That's gonna be us eventually one day. Not saying
I don't know how they
like us
survived
right
so
now,
long.
but
Bitch.
yeah, that was pretty bad. There was some lore behind that actually. That all the food they're given, all the random meats and stuff, when some of the pastures start dying off, they're saying
Oh, you're
that
talking a Soylent Green scenario.
yeah, they're basically just eating whoever ended up dying. Let's say you have your neighbor Larry, all of a sudden he dies, and somehow you guys have steak or burgers the next day. Could be a
No, if it's evil
possibility.
Larry, it's Peeners.
Never know. They're making hot dogs out of everything. Who knows? People say they don't know what hot
Have
dogs
you
are
ever
made out of.
seen? You ever seen the show? I think it was called Death Drive. It was like sci-fi's version of Twisted Metal. There's literally an episode where they stop at this motel in like the middle of nowhere, and they're cutting up people and they're making corn dogs, and the corn dogs are Peeners. Yep, another
So
raffle
now,
started.
yep, another raffle,
It's not
guys.
great by any means, but it is pretty funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff out there. Pretty funny shows, pretty funny movies,
Mm.
and there's just some stuff that always touch upon what would it be if we were living this. And it used to be science fiction. Now it's no longer science fiction. It's more like science fact that we're getting into.
Yeah, unfortunately. Actually, it's closer to Fahrenheit 451 right now. And it's if you haven't read Fahrenheit 451, it is a classic, and it is focused on people's desire to be entertained rather than to be informed and to actually work. Where it's set in a situation in a world basically where the men work, the women stay home, but the women stay home with their families. And by families, it is literally a room with TV screens that make up the whole wall or all the walls in the room. And essentially, it's a soap opera that you get to sit in with the family. And it's like, it's in a way, it's a weird horror aspect of almost a uncanny valley situation where it's not real, but that's your reality. And it's just very off putting. So all these dystopian futures that people wrote about as a science fiction, getaway is really becoming true. And, it's hard to keep a work ethic going if you're never taught a work ethic. So the
So
fact of work ethics dying off and the rise of AI doesn't really help for a brighter future.
Yeah, it's not helping, especially with schools and everything, where everything's getting digital and relying on tablets, all these things going on. Guys, 2 minutes, 30 seconds on the giveaway. Don't forget exclamation point giveaway. But with everything going on, let's say my kids, I have one that's in grade school, and she has to deal with, hey, do you have your tablet? Do you have your laptop? If not, you can't do your schoolwork, and everything's digital to where they have you doing digital work at home, they have you doing digital work at school, the teacher's not teaching because they're like, hey, you have to use this app and you have to take these courses. So is the teacher really teaching is my concern as a parent. Is
Yeah.
this person actually showing my kid what to do, or are they just relying on this app and you just have someone babysitting? Because if you're just babysitting,
Mhm.
why'd you even get your degree? You're just chilling at the table. Are you actually helping? And when I'm asking my kid, like, hey, are you actually getting taught by your teacher something? Her answer, I think because she's very antisocial, is that she's like, no, I haven't learned anything. It's all review. She's being more antisocial because she's a teenager now. And I think that's really what's going on. But from what I've actually seen, these teachers don't teach as much as they used to when I was in school. When I was in school, they'd be at the whiteboard showing you this what it is. This is what we're going to be doing for a week or two. We're going to be doing a bunch of review. Guys, don't forget 1 minute till the next giveaway. If not, you won't be entered. So far, it's only Eggy exclamation point giveaway, guys. But everything that I've seen is that before we'd actually do like actual learning, you'd go up, you'd go do something on the whiteboard with your teacher. They'd have you write, they'd have you doing whatever it takes to actually learn. Everything was paperwork. You never had a phone, no tablet. They didn't let you have electronics. Yes, people will sneak their phone out here and there, but you weren't supposed to have any electronics. Now it's mandatory. They made it to
Yeah.
where you have to be on this app called Class Dojo, and this is how you do your classes. This other one called Schoology. I'm like, what is this? When I was in school, we never used to use shit like this. Why?
Mhm.
I'm over here like trying to teach my kid how I used to do math, and it was a way that teachers hated it, but I always got the right answer because I found a back door on how to do certain problems. But
Well,
teachers didn't like
it's
it.
it's one thing if the teachers are just pawning off the students on a tablet rather than the teachers actually knowing the material themselves. And it's funny because Ed brings up place that hires wants people with experience, but how are you to get experience if you don't get hired? And
Exactly.
that's the thing. It's like you get experience from doing a job, but you also get experience from going to school about it, going to college. Now, college isn't the only answer, right? You can get world experience by, getting a job, joining the military, whatever, going off on humanitarian efforts like Habitat for Humanity, things like that, where you're traveling around the world helping people. So, if as long as the people who are in charge of those classes know the material, live and breathe the material, and are able to teach it to these kids, I don't really have an issue with it. But grade schoolers should not have to be using a tablet and laptop to do their work. They're grade schoolers. They're going to break things. They're going to lose things. They're going to misplace things in the house. They're going to forget it at the house. So I think that's a stupid idea from the education system. Like they got rid of writing cursive. Now, okay, I don't use cursive very much unless I'm doing a signature, right? It's harder to copy a signature in cursive than it is to print it. So I think they should still teach cursive, but not as in depth as they did like when we were in school. A million years ago.
Yeah, and stuff like that. Like, I get it. Cursive, it's it's a dead writing style, but I still personally use it for my signature.
Hmm?
But other than that, nobody's using it. Nobody knows how to read it nowadays, which is weird because when I was growing up, that was a mandatory thing when I was in second grade. You had to
Yeah.
know handwriting in second grade. Everything above, you already knew it. But guys, I did open up the giveaway for a couple more minutes for anybody who does want to still join. Exclamation point giveaway. So far, it's looking like Eggy's gonna take it by herself if nobody else wants to join. Retired firefighter, don't forget exclamation point giveaway if you want to jump in on that. But guys,
Trying to
like,
take away Iggy's prize. She's the one following the rules. Why is she being punished, huh?
and see, like Eggy likes writing cursive, and a lot of people can, but nowadays, like nobody knows what it is. It's crazy. And when you start talking to all these little kids, like, hey, do you know this? Do you know that? It just makes me feel older and older. I'm only 32, but yet I feel like I'm
Old,
I'm ancient.
old.
because
Old
people don't know
boomer.
like certain things anymore. It's crazy. Like
Well,
people.
here's the thing. How often have you seen like a child of this generation actually write on paper, like actually do things in a notebook rather than texting on a phone or using a tablet, right? Like my autistic ass really likes pencils and stationery and things like that, right? When I see like a pen or pencil, like so this right here is a Japanese pen, right? It is used in Japanese schools for students to write with. It is a 0.35 millimeter tip. That is a very fine writing tip. And it was like, I saw this and I had to have it, right? Because it makes writing just look so good. You know what else I got? Drop it, did my temporary light. This is an everlasting pencil. You know Willy Wonka, the everlasting gobstopper?
Mm-hmm.
So this has a what is it called? It's like a carbon tip to it that can basically write without ever losing its sharpness. So it's basically pressed together graphite in a cone to just keep writing. You know what else I really like? Whole mechanical pencil sets of all varying sizes. Because sometimes you like to write incredibly fine. Sometimes you like the real fat pencils. Oh yeah, Eggy? And then I have these, right? All the markers, they're double-sided with a thick side and a thin side because I like to do things. I like to do arts. I like to make things for my book, even though it takes forever for me to write and everything is gone. And I have writer's block and things don't sound right. And I froze. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, it's like, when was the last time, besides a toddler with like crayons and stuff, you've seen children of this generation using these things to write cursive, to write anything? Like, I don't think people write letters anymore unless you're an older age, you know, unless you're a pre-zoomer. I don't even know what generation we're on now. Generation Alpha, Generation COVID. I don't know. I'm old as shit now. But not as old as Peanut. Peanut has a foot in the grave. My niece, because she steals my shit. That's fair. But yeah, it's unfortunate that we're moving to like to be 100% digital. And fortunately enough, we do have tools to make life easier, but you're losing that traditional feel, the feeling of doing things manually, right? Because there's something to doing things manually that feels more rewarding than doing things digitally. Because like
Agreed.
I can, like I'm writing my book and I'm doing it on my computer, and it's like, yeah, it's just I can have any font, any size, double spaced, whatever. Okay, yeah, no, it's getting the job done, but like when you write and you actually you channel your heart and soul into a pen or pencil and write it the way that your hand moves, there's something about it that makes you feel more connected to it in a way. Because I don't know how everyone else is in chat, but like I there's a part of me that somewhat like anthropomorphizes objects. It's like, oh, I feel bad if I don't use this pencil because I used the other pencil yesterday, right? And I know there's a lot of people, I've talked to a lot of people that do that as well. Is it healthy? I don't know, but it's kind of one of those things of like, it rationalizes using things that doesn't really need to be rationalized, right? You do that, Eggy? Yeah. It's like, I feel bad for this pencil, or oh, I feel bad for this controller. I know it's not alive. I know it's not a living thing. I know it can't feel, but for some reason my brain goes, "Oh, that poor little guy." I don't know. I'm just weird that way, I guess.
It's happens, especially I'm saying all this AI that people are going through is like so much stuff that's going that I don't know what's going on with the school system nowadays. I try understanding where my daughter's coming from. I try helping her on whatever she's going through. Any like subject she's like worrying about. She's not the greatest at math, which I was pretty good at math until we started introducing shapes. Then I went downhill. But
Yeah. Nope.
other than
I'm the
that,
same way.
like all the way through algebra one, I'd be able to solve it without even using the equations that they gave me. I just saw it and it was in my head. Boom, 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 boom.
Mhm.
And I felt like, you know what, this is so simple. And then seeing my daughter struggling, like I try helping her I can, but I show her my tricks that I would do that they don't teach in the school system, but they hate it when you do that. Cause I'm like, I did it in my head. Oh no, you're using a calculator. No, I'm using my brain. I can do it in my head. Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta show your work. I don't want to show my work because when I do show my work, you don't like it because my work happens to be different from where you're teaching me, and what you're teaching me takes a lot longer than the way I'm doing. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I have my creative way and this is how I learn, but
Mhm.
this is what I'm trying to do. Now everybody's like, no, you gotta use your tablet, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. No, I tried teaching my daughter old school, which speaking about those Japanese pens, we went into a Japanese store at the mall recently, and she saw these special lead pencils with different color lead,
Mhm.
3.5, and she was going nuts for it. She likes
3.5 or 0.35.
point three or actually it probably was 0.35. Um,
Yeah.
they were all different colors, all these different things because she likes to draw. So since she likes drawing, I get her a lot of different things. I get her stuff to be more creative. She's also getting to stuff where I'm like, I don't know how my daughter's getting into this because she wanted me to buy her a bunch of yarn like for knitting because we went to Joanne's was closing and
Your child wants to be an abuela. I see.
yep, I bought her. I think it was $300 worth of merch, and I only paid 50
Okay.
bucks. My daughter was so surprised. I'm like, honey, just keep buying. Like, I don't care. Grab whatever you want. Don't worry about, oh, but dad, it's gonna be this much, this much. Stop worrying about money. Your
Yeah.
dad has racks. Now fucking go and choose what you want. So I was like, fuck it. Go choose everything you want, and this is what it's gonna be. So at the end of the day, that $300 was only 50
Dad has
bucks.
racks. Get the fuck out of here. Don't worry. Your dad has racks.
That's right. So we got a bunch of merch and we got like baskets full of just yarn, all this extra stuff. It was only 50 bucks. I'm like, honey, stop worrying. Your dad's got this. Like,
Sugar
damn,
daddy peanut. Yeah.
like you're just a teenager. Stop worrying about money that's not yours. It's my money. If your mom has issues with money, don't ask for stuff when you're with your mom. Ask stuff when you're with me. Cause when I get my nice check, I spend it on stupid shit. I'd rather spend it on my kids.
Yeah.
Cause
No,
I will
I
spend on
feel that.
stupid shit. If I don't have anywhere to spend it, I will spend it on stupid shit.
No,
So
I
mm,
100% feel that. Where it's like, I got this extra money. Eh, I can spend it on some shit. I don't know.
Cass
Lately,
is
my new thing is, I know I seen it.
hypoallergenic.
Yeah, there's certain cats that for context, you guys can't see it. Cass had put a picture out of a cat, and she's talking about being allergic to it, and that the one that they're seeing right now might be hypoallergenic. So, but yeah, the when you have extra money and things are good, it's very easy to buy dumb. Like right now, my newest thing is, actually putting money into bits on Steam, or not Steam, on Twitch. So it's like I can spread the love a bit, right? So like going into other people's streams, it's like, hey, I'm here, just sharing the love. You know, just trying to grow the community while also supporting others. I saw Day Night gave you more. I needed to be first.
Wait, what? The game? What are you talking about?
It said that they give you 30 bits, so I had to give you 100, just
They,
so I could be better than them.
I didn't even see where they gave me bits.
So if you go where it says stream chat, you see the arrows. You can go through, and it'll show you who did clips, who gifted subs, who gave biddies.
Yeah, because I have a mini feed.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they gave it to you today. It was just in there from probably another stream.
Oh.
Because I
Nice.
forget how long the leaderboards last on here. So.
Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about. I was like, where are you looking at?
Yeah. Well. Look who's here now. On the phone? Couldn't even be here on the computer. How you guys doing? You guys missed our whole rant about AI and how we sound like boomers.
Yep. Yeah, just with AI, there's just so much stuff going on. And guys, real quick before I continue on, exclamation point giveaway to enter the giveaway, guys. We are giving away retro games right now. They're not well-known games, but it gives you that retro feel. Like if you're playing side scrollers, like if you're playing Contra, Streets of Rage, Double Dragon, stuff like that, guys. But just to continue on with the AI, is just it's so crazy. Like this is what it's happening, and I see my daughter just going through it, and then eventually there's gonna be her in high school, her in college. Like there's gonna be AI classes. There's gonna be so many different things going on, and
Shit, she's gonna have an AI boyfriend or
hell no,
girlfriend. We don't judge.
hell no. But all this stupidity, like man, like it's just making us dumber, like as a society. Like it can be used as a good tool, but I feel that people are using AI for some of the most simplistic things in the world. How do I how do I make a cake? Okay, that's gonna help you, or you can just learn the
Yeah,
recipe. Mhm.
but when you're bridging the gap, where okay, so we did talk about AI, but then we were talking about your daughter doing the hobbies and stuff, right? AI cannot replace a hobby. Not all hobbies. I guess if you're doing digital stuff, I guess it kind of could in a way. But like more people need hobbies instead of staying in their house and just being on the computer. Hell, I'll include myself in that because I'm a pasty white boy that got sunburnt to shit yesterday because I like to stay inside. But it's people need to find the balance between using AI as a tool and AI for fun because like we use Donna for fun. But like Mel is in a band and he loves that and he's good at it. So you can't have an AI replace the feeling of live music. It's yes, it can emulate, but there's no heart, there's no soul in it. So when people have that sense of AI is going to fix everything, it's AI will completely control my life, I don't have to worry about it. No, you should be worried about that. Instead, go out, meet your friends, go play games, go have fun, use AI as a tool, help you with work, help you with, if you're like trying to write, it's like, hey, I having this issue, trying to connect this instance with that instance and da 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 da. Okay, it can help you with that. But again, it's a tool. It's not, you know, your overlord, your best friend, your parents. So yes, if your child wants to knit, if they want to do crochet, whatever, hell yeah, support that. If they want to go, be in a band, if they want to go be an artist, yes, support that because AI, while it can do those things, it lacks the heart and soul. It lacks the humanity of it, ironically enough. But people want the AI to be human. But people will never be happy because you're going to have the people who don't want to work, don't want to do things, and have AI control their lives completely. And at that point, they should just be like the Matrix and be human batteries for the AI, because what else good are they for? And I don't mean like, oh, get rid of the useless people. No, like realize that you can be so much more. And a raffle just started again. So exclamation point giveaway to enter for a retro game given away by Peanut himself. He will hand deliver it to you. He will fly to your house and make it real awkward and weird.
Only
And
way
then
we
he'll
do it
tell
on the
you
Nutty
about,
stream.
and then he'll tell you about Camp Leader Dan and how he got touched. Hydrate. I guess I could go grab some water.
You know what's funny? You can't even tell I'm holding a cup. Personal delivery. But from everything we're talking about, it's stuff we're rambling about, different things that we're touching on, and it's scary to see everything we're going through. This AI stuff, it's not it's not a natural thing that's just happening. It's stuff that people want to do. I understand people get creative, they want to do different things to advance life. But sometimes I feel they advance it too much and they advance it past life. If they don't give this thing emotion or program to eventually, I don't know, take over to where it becomes a AI controlled world where people can easily hack it and use it for evil. Let's say if they use it for evil, let's say if anybody's ever seen the movie Terminator, if Skynet wherever that happened. So AI, who knows? It can be eventually something that someone can easily hack, and there you go. It's a possibility. Not saying that's gonna happen, but there's always possibilities where stuff like this may happen, like iRobot. Next, you know, one is hacked, and all of a sudden it's getting emotions, getting these feelings, seeing all these things going on. It's crazy to see. Like my daughter, she's into crocheting now. She's into photography. She's always been into art, into doing musicals. She's trying to eventually maybe get into Broadway, whatever it might be. I told her I'm gonna support her the whole way, whatever it is, and I don't want her to be controlled and held down by, hey, I need to be locked down to this tablet, I need to be locked down to this phone, this computer, this AI feature. It's crazy to see the world that we're going into, and there's so much we can control, but there's so much we can't control. So many things that you can't control that life is just rushing right by us. From in the 90s, all we had was a flip phone. Before that, you had a brick
And
phone.
cocaine.
There was a lot of it. That's why we got this retro studio, Miami Vice. And just before, like, you'd see a huge brick phone that people would carry like in a briefcase. That was before my
And then they
time.
had bricks of coke.
Yeah, like let's say when we're getting older, I was seeing the flip phones when I was young. I saw my brothers, I had one, my father, we all had one. Eventually we got the flat phones with the buttons. We had sidekicks. If anybody knows what a sidekick is, you might not be old enough to know what a sidekick is. But
Isn't
you
that
had
just a beeper?
no, it was an actual phone with a couple buttons on the side. You flip it, so all of a sudden you see a QWERTY keyboard under the actual screen.
Oh, yep. Yep, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah,
I had
so
one of those.
people would love the sidekick. I never had a side. Actually, I'm lying. I had a sidekick slide because someone in school sold it to me, but I also had a knockoff one. I was able to get through. I forgot who the creator was of that one, but I had a different one that was kind of like a slide as well. There's many different phones that we advanced from being a brick to a flip to just a thin with just buttons. Everybody had to learn how to type on a, a 10 digit thing for letters, and then you had the star and the pound button, and people are like, what the hell is this? You had to get quick on texting, especially if you're trying to sneak it when you're in class, you're trying to text someone quick. You memorized how to click, how many clicks just to get a certain letter or a certain word, and you hit the enter
Yep.
button. You had to get quick with that till the Sidekick came out, but now everything's touchscreen. And now you can just tell your phone, hey, send blah 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 text to so and so, and you just talk to it. It'll autofill for you. Whatever you're saying. It's making us lazy. It's making us more efficient on some stuff, but it's making us lazy. Like yeah, some of the stuff we're into is just I'm telling you, I didn't have time to make this Nutty podcast design, and I didn't have the time to look for someone to make a song. I wanted to commission Mel, but he's very busy with his band and everything. I don't want to take him away from something that he's doing. When he has time, maybe we'll go back to it.
Hold on. What is the phones with the circle numbers? What are they called? Are you talking the jitterbug for like people in their 90s with the buttons that are like the size of quarters? Oh no, you're talking the rotary phone. I know exactly what you're talking. Where it's like the yes, the rotary phone.
Yeah, it was a rotary.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the rotary. We had the ones on the wall with the really long wire. Everything eventually got wireless, and now you can take the phone on Bluetooth. These headphones right here, wireless, so it takes up all the audio from the computer and the audio from my phone, wherever the hell my phone is. So my phone, I can be listening to music while I'm talking to you guys, and you guys would never be able to hear it because it's taking in both audios at the same time, and I can hear you guys clear as day. Like everything that we do is just, it's all modifications that people come up with that make either our lives easier, lazier, or just, I feel, taken over eventually. That'll be taken over what we do on our daily basis. Like,
but it comes down to the person. It's yes, we have all these things that can make our lives any which way we choose, but it's down to the person to choose whether or not they want to be lazy or they want to actually be active or they want to be creative. It all comes down to the person, because we can have all these modern miracles and yet it causes people to become obese and lazy and yada yada yada. That's not the case. It's just, hey, you want to be active, you want to do this, you want to do that, that's up to you. But if you just want AI to completely run your life, if you want this AI maid that comes in and cleans your house for you, does the dishes, cooks you food. Yeah. Or what was that one? The Detroit Become Human. I know that had some like weird, like they were maids, but then they were also like service bots, whatever it was. Are you doing another? Okay, you just canceled it.
Yeah, it was acting weird, so I canceled it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff that's happening that it makes so many changes to our lives that it just makes me wonder, where are we actually going? And just from everything that we've talked about, AI is being modified and everything we do on a daily basis. Let's say jobs. You say that some might not be taken away, but some are. Let's say McDonald's, for example. Some McDonald's, you don't even have people taking your orders anymore. Everything has to be done either through the app or a kiosk. So you're going up to this kiosk that, hey, this is where you place your order. And that's the only way you can place your order. Because I had someone, not at McDonald's, but I had someone at Popeyes one time piss me off really bad. Because I walked in, I'm like, hey, can I get so-and-so? And I've been used to just going to that specific Popeyes, and just they start taking my order right away. They see me, oh, hey, yeah, I got you. Boom, boom, here's your order. Thank you. I walked in. The same person who's always helped me straight up told me, oh, I can't help you. Like, what? What do you mean? Like, oh, you have to use a machine. But there's nobody here and there's a register right there. Oh, but you got to use a machine. But I want a custom order that you can't customize on the kiosk. No, you got to use it. Whatever. I started using it. It was me and another guy, and then a third person walked in because there was only 2 kiosks. All of a sudden, he starts getting help. I'm like, what the fuck? So they're picking and choosing. They were just lazy, talking, like just talking smack between each other about their daily routine instead of helping. if I see a customer, no matter what customer service position I'm in, I'm gonna help that person. Especially the job that I'm at right now, I'm a manager. And if I see someone just sitting there, I'm not gonna be like, oh, hold on, wait for this kiosk or wait for this person to be available. I'm gonna help that person. Why? Because it's customer service. When you deal with customer service, you gotta make sure you take care of that customer 100%. If not, they're not gonna want to do business with you. They'll just go to the next one over and just be like, you know what, that's what I got. Because at that Popeyes, I had that person not even acknowledge me talking about their day. I'm like, what the fuck? Eventually, when I couldn't do that custom order that I asked, that I know the machine couldn't do, all of a sudden I started getting help. I wasted an extra 5 minutes. My time when it's called fast food, it's called get in, get out. I'm not gonna sit there
Okay,
forever.
but here's the thing, right? And I've worked jobs where I've had this mentality, right? Where it's like I don't get paid enough to deal with this bullshit, right? And there's times where you get chewed out for the dumbest reasons. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh,
Agreed.
you're helping the people, they should be using the kiosks, right? Mind you, I don't know the whole situation. And it's a fast food worker. They deal with shit all the time. And normally, the people that get hired into fast food are either young kids that are looking for part time jobs or people who can't get jobs anywhere else. So it's you're taking a chance when you go into any fast food place. Either you're going to get somebody who is trying too hard at the job, which is the younger kids, or the people who are in the middle that just don't really care. And then there are the few where it is a fantastic employee with a fantastic attitude and you like going back there. um there was a time where I'd be driving my mom home from work and we'd stop at this McDonald's on the way, and there was this guy, absolute just sweetheart. He, was able to, he had a great attitude, took care of us to the best of his ability every single time. We're like, cool. I love coming back here, but I mean, mind you, it was like midnight, so not a lot of people coming through. But it's always a gamble when you're going into customer service because, like you said, you're a manager, and in management positions, you have to be the face of the company, right? Because you're the one who is dealing with the people on the floor, who's dealing with the complaints that are coming in. So, yes, management, you always have to have excellent customer service. But when you are an entry level employee in the customer service, it is up to you to decide whether or not you truly want to be at that job and actually, take the time to learn how to service customers. So, unfortunately, not a lot of people, especially these days, really feel the need to actually take their job serious at customer service.
Yeah.
Funny enough, we would make a game out of it when I was working at Salvation Army. This was years ago, but there would be a couple of times where, like, we worked on the dock, so we would take donations in, sort them, and everything. But we started making a game out of it where it was like, who could be the we said the nicest, but we were like, we would go out and it would be like, hey, how's it going? How's your day? Da 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 da. The next person like, oh, what a joyous day. How are you? God, it's such a nice, and it was like we would try to one up each other every single time of having just the jolliest greeting. And there was one, and this guy, it was funny because we got volunteers every once in a while. This guy, it was a volunteer who had to do like community service, and he was just like, "Oh, joyous day!" And he would keep bringing all the donations in. It was like, yeah, we made a fun time of it because, like, yeah, sometimes you have a shitty day in customer service. If you worked any customer service, you know what the worst day was. I still remember my worst day of customer service, and it was a very defining moment in my work ethic because my supervisor got fired the moment I got there, and he was supposed to finish off the shift with me, at least up until closing. Then he would leave. I would stay, close, clean up, and everything. They fired him, and I was stuck for 8 hours by myself on one of the busiest days we ever had. There was stuff piled up, probably 8 feet in the air, because it was me just grabbing shit and throwing it all the ways off to the side. And where we were, we had this thing called the cage, right? And it's where we took all of the bags of clothing or like fabric stuff and we threw it in there. It went like, it probably went up like 15 feet in the air. And like, it was a big opening by us. And then it was a cage around it. And then there was a small opening in the back for the sorters to go through. That thing was filled to the top. And then everything was spilling through all the aisleways. And it was one of the worst days I've ever had, if not the worst day I ever had working a job. But I busted my ass the whole time to make sure all the customers were taken care of, all the product was inside, and any trucks that needed to be sent out got sent out. So, seems like nowadays, though, if someone has a bad day at customer service, it's like you hear about a shooting every other day. It's like, oh, Wendy's worker upset about minimum wage, opens fire, whatever it is. Someone drove a car through a McDonald's. It's like,
Because they didn't get enough barbecue sauce.
yeah, it's like the craziest things. And it's like, people just need to get out more. And I can only assume it's going to get worse now that, there's the AI stuff. Because, like, Uber Eats, okay, well, customer service is going to be a bot 90% of the time. And God only knows if you'll get a problem fixed if you have one. So it's just coming down to the crazies. I don't know how AI is going to fix that. Probably going to make it worse. Or it's just going to launch nukes.
Yeah, because there's some crazy stuff. Like I remember there was a Carl's Jr. I would go to, and at one point where they were like beta testing the AI, it was trying to take your order and it kept fucking it up.
Oh, dude, there's a Taco Bell by my house that has that. I haven't gone to there since. I used it once and it was horrible.
Yeah,
The
it wasn't understanding
funniest,
shit.
the funniest, there's a video I seen where someone just drove up and said they wanted to order 1,000 tacos and it immediately called for a person. Yep, raffle ended.
Nobody joined.
Join the raffle. Peanut has games to give away. You'll make him sad.
Yeah, I got a bunch of games on a pack. Yeah, if you guys want them. For some reason, they're worth $40. They don't look like $40 games to me, but they look like an interesting side scroller game that's gonna give you that retro feel. So if anybody does want to check it
You
out,
guys need mommy to tell you to enter. Will you enter the giveaway if mommy tells you to?
I don't think Cass is in here.
No, she said she was on the phone.
She's playing with the cat.
There's a few people in here. Eggy, you need mommy? Okay.
Doesn't anybody want these games?
It's so weird seeing it in front of me while I'm doing the voice. If it makes anyone feel better, it does make me uncomfortable when I do it too.
The booze.
The boo-boos?
Speaking of the booze, are you guys even into them? Like, do you think someone made that, or was that made by AI? Like, someone gave me something that's gonna go viral, or someone actually drew
No,
it out?
it's an actual thing. It was an
Yeah.
actual thing before AI. It's
Okay.
based off of a Japanese children's book. It's very similar to Where the Wild Things Are,
Mm.
but like instead of the wild things being bad, like the Labubu's are good, and they're like fairies that are supposed to help their friends and stuff. I looked this up because I was like curious because I know Cass and Eggy are like really into them. I'm like, I don't understand what this is. What is it? So it's Yes, it's based off of a children's book. Now, why it went viral, I don't know. I mean, it could just be propaganda of it's super popular and then people believed it, but I don't know.
Like me, I'm big on Funkos, but that's because each one has a specific design, like towards a character that I'm into, towards this team that I'm into in sports, towards a movie that I'm into. There's different
I
ones like
mean, it's kind of what Labubu is. You can dress up a Labubu however you want,
yeah,
but
but
like
they're already made in
Labubu
that specific way.
themselves, but Labubu themselves are characters. Like they have a whole like lore and backstory because there's Labubu and there's oh, what are the other ones? Not Lafufu. Lafufu's the fake one. Hold on, let me. Boo Boo characters.
Is it
No, that's
Momo?
not what. Yeah, Zimomo. The Boo Boo
Yeah, there's
characters.
a lot of
There was
trends that are
one,
out
yeah,
there.
Zimomo, Mokoko, and Tai Koko. Which Tai Koko was kind of cool because he was like a, if it's the one I'm thinking of, he was like the skeleton Jack in the Box thing. No, which one was? Which one?
Guys, a
Uh,
minute 45 left in the giveaway, exclamation point giveaway. If you want to join, you'll get a Steam key to a retro game. All games have been out since of this year, but it gives you that retro side scroller feel. Exclamation point giveaway to join the giveaway, guys.
the what shit? Why? What? I don't know. Pop Mart's stupid. I was trying to get on the website, and for some reason it just doesn't work. But yeah, like they have all these characters and they have all these backstories and lore and stuff. So it's like they it's similar to Funko Pops, except Funko covers all the different properties, right? Because like Marvel, DC, NFL, all those. Make sure y'all use the exclamation point giveaway to enter.
Pretty, pretty, please. Answer for mommy.
15 seconds, guys.
That's fine. And you can just save it for when you do get Steam. I don't think they go like they don't expire.
Yeah, they don't expire because all those. Remember
Yeah.
those keys I gave you guys today? That was 2023.
Yeah.
I had so many keys today, guys, like random keys that I completely forgot and I never redeemed. They were just chilling. And I logged into the site. I was like, you know what? I have a bunch of these keys. Let me just start tossing around. And we have a group chat where it's a lot of us streamers and some of our friends that we're always playing games. We have our community nights on Fridays, and we're always playing games together. So I was, you know what? Let me start throwing these in there, just sending them like crazy. I was like, guys, check out these
Yeah.
codes. And then you got Pretty
But
Mick like,
he
what?
just sent codes. He didn't send any labels, any nothing. And then he decided to just take the screenshots.
I was like, if it's an easy code to copy and paste, all right, here you go. They're just random
Yeah, but
games.
there's like 6 of us in that chat. Like, how are we going to know what we want and what we don't? How are we going to divvy them up? I just picked a random one and redeemed it because I thought they were all the same key. And he was like, no, they're not the same. I'm like, oh, well, okay, what the fuck did I get? And the one that I got, the hell is it? It's called Slime San, Super Slime Edition. Like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, all right, well, I guess I got a slime game.
Yeah, some of those things are pretty random. So I was like, you know, I just throw them in here. And then Pretty Mick's like, Well, you put the title next to it, I'm like, oh, I'll just take screenshots. Here you go. I was bored. I was like, I got all these games. I'm just gonna put them on the chat, see who wants some games.
Oh, Peanut. You goof.
Let me see. Pick winner.
Hey, there you go, Ed.
So you got 2 winners in the giveaway. And from there, this has been the 3rd episode of the Nutty Podcast. I appreciate everybody joining in. Anything else you want to touch upon, Skip, before?
Nope, just follow us on all our socials. I believe Peanut, all your stuff is the same across the board, right? Peanut22.
Same across the board. The only thing that changes is my Discord at Peanut187.
And I'm Skip Starhopper across all socials. Make sure you check us out on everywhere. Join the Discords, help us grow our communities, and hope you guys are taking care of yourself and have a good night.
Hey guys, have a good one. Don't forget, every 2 weeks it's gonna be the next episode of the Nutty Podcast. Next one's gonna be on July 13th. Going from there, every 2 weeks, guys, join in on the fun. If you guys do want to add anything onto the Nutty Podcast that you guys want to talk about, if you want to react to anything, whatever it might be, join the Discord. It's right there in the chat. Right there, you'll be able to get a hold of us. Anything that you want us to touch upon. Today just happened to be more about AI. I shall send my Reddit posts and videos. Those would be great. I do want to do eventually some reactionary videos. I want to do more of am I the asshole? I want to
Have a
do
good night, Ed.
more on different topics that a lot of people touch upon, even on Reddit. So whatever it might be, show us that love. Hit the follow button for myself, Peanut22. Also for Skip, my co-host, Skip Starhopper on all his socials. Hit the follow. You're gonna see us gaming throughout the week. And then every other Sunday, you're going to see us on the Nutty Podcast. We're going to be having guest hosts. Hopefully, I might be able to get Day Night Duo on the next episode for episode 4. I know they're busy on the move right now. I was trying to mess around and be like, yeah, you're going to join in. You're going to join in because I was messing around. But maybe we might be able to get them for episode 4. Who knows? If not, we're going to have to get it scheduled. But we're going to be getting different people in here so they can tell us about what they're doing in their communities, whatever type of games they're touching upon, how they started, where they're at, how things are going. So that's the different types of guests we're going to be getting. I know I got Chef Mike in the line too that he wants to join in. Also, check out Chef Mike's channel that we're doing like wrestling reactions as they're going for any kind of event. We're going to be doing one for All In Texas for AEW. I believe it's July 14th. No, actually, that might be July 13th.
It'd be 13th if it's a Saturday. Or no, it'd be the 12th if it's a Saturday, because 13th is Sunday. That'll be our next podcast.
Let me see, because that actually might be jumping into other AEW All In 2025. That's going to be
And also Wednesday.
Saturday, July 12th. So Saturday, July 12th, check out Chef Mike's channel. We're going to be doing reactions to AEW All In. The next day would be the Nutty Podcast. Go ahead, Skip.
And seems like Wednesdays we've been doing Hunt. So if you're into that, come check us out. I think because usually you've been hopping into stream too on that day.
Oh, yeah.
So Wednesday's kind of our Hunt day. So come hang out at that.
Yeah, guys, check it out. I thank you, everybody who's in here, showing all the love. Even if you're just lurking, next time if you're just lurking, don't forget.
Lying all too plentifully around lost wages.
The hell is that?
What?
Oh, is that an ad playing in the back?
With a startling adeptness that raises
What?
questions about what you do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
You
shouted out Chef
extract
Mike.
From the cat's musk glands. The cat runs off without so much as a
What?
I
vengeful
didn't
balance
hear
glance
anything.
that might foreshadow a sequel, or at least a really bloody scene later.
You sure you're not having a stroke?
You've got the best
No.
available
Oh,
in
I think the shout out actually is doing audio now. There you go. That was weird. I haven't had the audio shot on working in a while. I guess it is working. So yeah, check them out. It's gonna be Saturday the 12th, followed by a Nutty podcast on the 13th. Every Wednesday, myself and Skip have been doing some Hunt Showdown. But other than that, check us out during the week, guys. Also, Day Night Duel. But thank you once again. Thank you for joining us on this journey on the Nutty Podcast, episode 3. It's gonna be up live on YouTube tomorrow. And we're going to be doing episode 4 pretty soon. It's going to be every day right after the Nutty Podcast when it's going live on YouTube. Check it out, guys. And I'm posting some TikToks here and there when I remember to on TikTok of the Nutty Podcast. But thank you, guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
It's the Nutty Podcast, pull up a seat. Peanut and Skip Star Hopper bringing that heat. We're diving deep in the games we play. Conspiracies lurking every single day. Talking about life now, ain't that neat? Welcome to the Nutty, where minds intertwine. Unraveling theories with laughter in kind. From gaming to growth, we keep it real. So tune in right now, let's start the reveal. Join us as we journey through pixels and lore. From self-growth tips to world events galore. Gaming discussions, nothing's off the table. Grab your controller, we're ready and able. It's a wild ride, no need to stable. Welcome to the Nutty, where minds